Your heart is beating right now. You didn't ask it to start. You cannot consciously command it to stop. It simply beats every second, every moment, your entire life. If it stops even for few minutes, the body usually cannot survive. But in yogi culture and spiritual accounts, there are stories of mystics who could slow their heartbeat dramatically or even appear to stop it during deep states of meditation. To modern thinking, this sounds impossible. How could someone stop their heart and still remain alive? Is it exaggeration? Is it misunderstanding? Or is there something about the human system that we don't fully understand yet? Let's explore what yogic tradition actually says about this mysterious possibility. In normal biology, the heartbeat is controlled by the autonomic nervous system. This means it runs automatically. You cannot usually control it the way you control your hand or your breath. Your body regulates heart rhythm through electrical signals and chemical balance. If the heart stops pumping blood to the brain for several minutes, survival becomes very unlikely. This is why the idea of someone consciously stopping their heart seems impossible. But yogic tradition approaches the human system from a very different angle. In yogic culture, the body is not seen as just flesh and organs. It is seen as a complex network of energy called prana. Prana is a life force that sustains the physical body. Breath, heartbeat, digestion, and all bodily processes are considered expressions of this life energy. When prana flows normally, the body functions automatically. But through intense yogic practices, practitioners attempt to gain awareness and influence over these subtle processes, not by forcing them, but by mastering the energetic system behind them. In deep states of meditation, the body can enter an extremely calm state. Breathing becomes very slow. Metabolism drops. The demand for oxygen decreases. In such states, the heart rate can slow down dramatically. There have been documented cases where advanced meditators reduced their heart rate far below normal levels. From the outside, it can sometimes appear as if the heartbeat has stopped. But in most cases, it has simply become extremely slow or subtle rather than completely absent. In mystic musings, Sadhguru often explains that the human system has far more capabilities than most people realize. But these capabilities come from deep inner mastery, not from tricks or force. Sadhguru once said, "The body is a very sophisticated machine. If you understand the mechanics of it deeply enough, you can influence many processes that most people think are beyond control." This includes processes like breath, metabolism, and nervous system activity. Through yogic practices, practitioners aim to bring these processes into conscious balance. In yogic tradition, there are states of deep meditation known as samadhi. In certain forms of samadhi, bodily activity becomes extremely minimal. Breathing may become barely noticeable. Heart rate can slow significantly. The practitioner remains fully conscious, but the body enters a state of profound stillness. This is sometimes described as suspending normal physiological activity. However, it does not usually mean the heart literally stops forever. Instead, the system becomes so calm that the body's activity is reduced to the minimum required to sustain life. Sadhguru often emphasizes that yogic abilities should not be misunderstood as supernatural powers. He explains that what appears extraordinary is often simply a deeper understanding of the human mechanism. He once remarked what people call miracles are just dimensions of life they have not understood yet. When someone develops immense inner awareness, they may influence bodily processes in ways that seem unbelievable to others. But the purpose of yoga is not to demonstrate such abilities. In yogic culture, unusual abilities are often called siddhis. These are considered side effects of deep practice. But almost every authentic teachings wants practitioners not to become fascinated with them. Because the goal of yoga is not control over the body. The goal is freedom from identification with the body and the mind. If someone becomes obsessed with abilities, they can lose sight of the deeper purpose. For most people, trying to stop the heartbeat is neither possible nor safe. Yogic practices are not about forcing the body into extreme conditions. They are about gradually bringing balance, awareness, and stability to the system. Through simple practices like conscious breathing and meditation, the body naturally becomes calmer. For most people, trying to stop the heartbeat is neither possible nor safe. Yogic practices are not about forcing the body into extreme conditions. They are about gradually bringing balance, awareness, and stability to the system. Through simple practices like conscious breathing and meditation, the body naturally becomes calmer. The mind becomes clearer, and life begins to feel less reactive. This is the real benefit of yogic practices. So, can someone stop their heartbeat and still live? In most cases, the answer is no. But it is possible for advanced practitioners to slow their physiological activity to extraordinary levels during deep meditation. What matters more than the phenomenon itself is the insight behind it. The human system is far more sophisticated than we usually realize, and with awareness, many aspects of our inner experience can change dramatically. The greatest discovery in yoga is not controlling the heartbeat. It is discovering a state where your inner experience is no longer ruled by fear, stress, or constant thought. Because when the mind becomes still, even the rhythm of the heart seems to settle into a deeper harmony. If this exploration of yogic tradition resonated with you, share this video with someone curious about the hidden potential of the human system. And for more insights into consciousness and inner transformation, like this video and subscribe.